Greetings, travelers. This is Mid-Nite at the Drive-Thru, and, well, it's been a long time since I've done anything. So, I thought I'd record this because, well, when I was a kid, we had a train set. And this made me feel like I was playing with that train set. So, welcome to Satisfactory. I've played this a couple of times. I've played it all the way up to the top level of development, and you'll see what that means in a minute. But I've got one going on, but I'm gonna go ahead and start a new area. And I'm just gonna stick with the standard grass field, even though I have actually visited the map. It's a good place to start. So we're going to call this Mid-Nite. Let's go. And what happens is you are an employee of Fix-It, a horrible, evil corporation. And over here on the right, we have our little scan tool. And
attention, Pioneer. The following instructional video is a summary of your impending duties as an exoplanetary pioneer for Fix-It Incorporated. Fix-It pioneers have 3 cyclical assigned pillars of work to ultimately accomplish project assembly. Use provided blueprints to build the necessary buildings. Chart the planet and gather resources to provide desired results and improve your infrastructure. Make sure to report any unusual discoveries to R&D for analysis. Expand your factories, outposts, and pipelines through automation and augmentation. That's it. Get to work and be effective.
That's it. Get to work.
Planetfall imminent. Please remain seated during full procedure. Atmospheric entry in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Planetfall procedure initialized.
Yes, planetfall. You're literally going to fall onto the planet. Okay, well, I'm hanging on, so that's good. Unfortunately, I can't read it. Oh, there's some blue sky visible outside. Oh, that was just a sudden flicker. Thud.
Planetfall complete. Please ensure the integrity of your multi-purpose exploration suit is at 100%. Remember,
Okay.
efficiency first. Godspeed.
Welcome to your new home. Make something of it, or die.
Welcome to Planet Massage 2 ABB, your designated sector in the binary star system of Akija. I am Ada, also known as Artificial Directory and Assistant, tasked to support pioneers, such as you, in their mission. You are the third of your sector to survive planetfall. Congratulations.
Oh, wonderful.
Note: objective-based introduction initialized. Welcome to onboarding. First objective: please dismantle the drop pod. The resulting materials will be repurposed to construct a habitat and utility base, from now on referred to as the hub.
Right.
Note: Fix-It Incorporated is cost-effective and efficient. We do not waste.
Okay. So all I have in the world is this little tool, a little chisel, which will become visible when I find something I can chisel, and this drop pod that I landed in, which I can now dismantle and put in my pocket.
All important fix-it data and communication is recorded and stored in the codex, including these steps.
Okay, well, you're going to keep talking, aren't you? Yes, so I can pick up leaves. Oh, I suppose it wants me to open the codex. Yes, these are the things I know how to make. I can know how to make iron ingots, iron plates, and iron rods, and all I need from those is some iron ore, and I can do that either in a smelter or in a craft bench. I know how to make a Xeno Zapper, which is a electroshock melee weapon, and I know how to build the hub using the parts from my drop pod, and I can build a craft bench. That's it.
Second objective. Please ensure you have your Fix-It Incorporated Xeno Zapper equipped before leaving the drop zone. Note: according to Fix-It regulations, every pioneer should have access to a means of defense against extraterrestrial threats.
You should. And here we have the Xeno Zapper.
Third
Don't
objective.
stick your finger in it.
Please familiarize yourself with the resource scanner to find iron. Note: the acquisition of iron is considered essential in preparation for all future objectives.
Yes, well, considering it's the only material I know how to build anything out of at the moment. Sorry, that's just a little OCD thing. Yeah, it probably would be a good idea to locate some. As it happens, I know where a lot of iron is in this region. This isn't iron. This is Caterium ore. And there's my chisel.
New technologies can be developed based on this new, superconductive, gold-like element, primarily in power and electronics. A new research tree can now be accessed in the MAM.
Oh yes, there are many things in this little area. There's some limestone here. We can chip away at that. What do you got up here, huh? Ah, some iron.
Fourth objective, build the hub. Note: to complete this objective, the resources salvaged from the drop pod will be consumed.
Yes, well, I
Caution.
only have
Ensure
one
the
hub.
is built on spacious open terrain close to the presence of iron sources. Failure to do so will likely result in non-optimal progress.
She's not wrong. Ow. So yes, I can scavenge leaves. Not much else I can do. Just yet. I can pick up these pale berries, which are good for
This is one of
replenishing
multiple
health.
edibles we have detected in your vicinity, which are within approved nutritional and medical categories as established by R&D. A new research tree can now be accessed in the MAM.
The MAM is a thing that I will end up building that allows you to perform research. Let's grab some sulfur.
Data shows this is a mix of sulfide and sulfate minerals. It could be an indication of recent volcanic activity. A new research tree exploring volatile self-defense applications can now be accessed in the MAM.
And because this is an early access game, there's another hailberry. There are things in here which don't have explanations yet. SAM ore. I'm not going to bother picking it up because you can't do anything with it yet. At some point, the game may develop to the point where you can do something with it, but at the moment, I cannot. There's more sulfur there if I need that. That's poison gas, which will kill me without some kind of breathing equipment, which I do not yet know how to make. But I know how to pick up leaves. Yes, I do. Why? Because at the moment, the only fuel I have is the ability to burn biomass. So I'm going to want some of this stuff. At some point, I will also learn how to cut down trees, which will let me get that kind of stuff even faster. Alrighty. Well, that's a start. So now we're going to want to build ourselves a base of operations to begin with. Now, we want a nice open area where we are in full view of some resources. If you're in a hurry, you might end up stopping quickly. These are good too. If you stop too soon, you will limit yourself. Take a quick look over here. Those rocks at the back of that little cubby there, those are destructible. At some point, I will have the ability to open that way up.
This mineral shows purity levels akin to synthetic quartz manufactured on Earth and can be used to improve communication and exploration technologies. A new research tree can now be accessed in the MAM.
Up there, walking that ridge, is an armored hog type creature, which is making its way in this direction, and I am not keen on... I can pick up wood if it's laying on the ground at this stage, which is good, because wood is better for fuel than leaves. Yeah, he's definitely coming down into the valley here. We're gonna keep on trucking. There are two iron... Oh, yeah. Well, this one's being guarded by him. Well, I guess I'm going to want to learn how to build some things sooner rather than later. I don't remember if there are any hostile animals over at the other iron deposit down here. These big boys are just grazers. They're harmless, as are the big flying things. It's a limestone deposit here. Sorry, I forget. I forget that I don't have a jetpack yet. Oh, see, there is one here. There's a power slug up there. Those can be converted into the ability to overclock your equipment at some point. But that's getting ahead of things. Right now, we've got limestone there, and we've got 3 iron deposits here. So this is an easy place to set up at least a temporary home. But I will have to deal with him first. Now, this space can be used to mine iron. I can do it by hand, or I can start building equipment to help me accomplish that. So let's look and see. He's kind of minding his own business for the moment, so let's look at what we can build. At the moment, we can build the craft bench and the hub. Well, let's go ahead and get our hub down. Let's see. Let's just throw it here for now, for convenience sake. And that's it. It's here.
Congratulations. You have unlocked Hub Feature Manual Craft Bench. Hub Feature Hub Terminal. 5th objective, complete Hub Upgrade 1. Note, the craft bench and hub terminal are essential for progression to the next objective.
Yes, well, I have a craft bench here. I see that I can use my iron ingots to iron ore to make ingots. And once I have ingots, I can use those to make plates and iron rods. So this is how you start in this world. With just the materials you can pry out of the ground with your little chisel, a taser to protect yourself, not very well, from the hostile creatures that roam the planet. Actually, you know what? It's a little close to the wall here. Let's move this. Yeah, this. Let's see. That's a little better. Because your energy is going to be off the back half of that. And to craft stuff, you just select what you want to craft. If it's something that can be built in the craft bench, select the recipe and get to cranking. This is the most primitive way to do things, but it's simple. Since all we have at the moment are these few tools, our options are a little bit limited. Upgrade 1 requires 10 iron rods. So let's go ahead and make 10 iron rods. And that's it. Plug those into our employer's terminal. And upgrade the hub. Okay, well now it has a kind of shape to it.
Congratulations, you have unlocked Building Workshop, Equipment Portable Miner, Inventory Additional Slots, Hub Feature Personal Storage.
Yes,
6th
personal
objective,
storage.
Complete Hub Upgrade 2. Note, Portable miners require no power and will mine a node until their inventory is full. Note: multiple portable miners can be used on a single node.
So, we have the ability to build an equipment workshop now. Requires 6 iron plates and 4 iron rods. So we can go in and make a few of those. It's getting made 2 at a time, so we'll make a few extra. And same here. So now I can throw this out, say right about. Yeah, that'll do. Doesn't have to be that precise. This is just a temporary place. But I can come into here and I can build Xeno Zapper, which requires some reinforced iron plates and cables and wire, things that I don't know how to make yet. But I can make a portable miner, or 2. So let's take those and go set. Couple of these out here. There we go. And the other one. And they will just start churning away, digging into this resource to grab iron ore. It ain't much, but it's honest work. Now, while those are doing their thing, let's see what other choices we have. I did put a few things away that I don't know how to use yet. What do we need for the second upgrade? We need 10 plates and 20 rods. Okay. Well, keeping an eye on that thing. Yeah, see, look at all this good stuff here. Oops. That's a nice pile of iron ore. They will fill up after, I think, 100. But, it's a good place to start. Oh, also, if I select this and choose the milestone, it'll show me up top in the upper right corner of the screen there what I need, so it's easy to remember. It's quite relaxing. And what do you know? I have just enough to make exactly what I need for this milestone. Put the resources into the hub and activate my upgrade. Oh, look. We've actually got...
Congratulations. You have unlocked Hub feature, Biomass Burner. Scanner feature, Copper. New buildings and recipes, which can be found in the build menu and craft bench respectively.
So now I have...
7th objective. Complete Hub Upgrade 3. Note: connect buildings to a biomass burner for power. Note: buildings such as the smelter require a recipe to be set. Advice: automate the smelting process and use portable miners for optimal results.
Yes, thank you. Are you done? She does talk a lot. This is a biomass burner, so now I can take those leaves, put them in there, and it'll burn them and make electricity. So I can begin to power some equipment. I also have some place that I can run and hide from that beastie until I have some means of protecting myself. Because I'll be honest, the taser isn't much to speak of. Seriously. That's just not very good. Okay, so we're going to need copper wire to move on to milestone 3. We don't even have a source of copper ore yet. Fortunately, I know there is some. And we got a little more space in our inventory, which is good. Looks like my miners have stopped because they are full. I can also pick up the miner if I'm done with it for the time being. And it's getting dark quickly, so it's time to keep my eye on that little fellow over there. Now, what can I do? Well, if I want to build smelter, which is all I can do at the moment. Yes, I don't know how to make a mine yet, so I should have left my portables out there. I'll continue to run, but I've been making ingots out of iron ore directly, but I can set up a machine to do that now. And to do that, I go into my build menu. Say I want to build this smelter. I need wire for that. Oh dear. Alright, well, it's time to go get some copper. We have a scanner. We can search for copper. And that is the closest source of it. There's some further away there. Further away there, but the closest source is right up this hill. Which I knew. Fortunately, there will be some running back and forth until we get things automated. Oh! Yeah, I was afraid that might be the case. Unfortunately, he's not gonna let go that easily. Warthog. Yeah, I can stand on this at the moment. Oh yeah. Go away. Nobody likes you. Ow. Where'd he go? You know, all this fooling around here. Well, that's the end of my spot. But if I'm going to lose, I should have a portable miner with me. So let's grab all and pick up one miner. We'll put one down top of the hill there. At least that way it can be working to get me some copper ore while I'm struggling with this stupid thing. I don't like it.
The remains of this creature might shed light on how to increase chances of survival. A new research tree can now be accessed in the MAM.
I'm not good at that part. So I could sit here and hack at this with my chisel, or throw down my miner. And I can still hack at it with the chisel. It is a pretty place, even if it is a little weird. Well, let's go ahead and grab what we've got here, and that'll let that run in the background. And I can head back downstairs. The day and night cycle moves quickly in this place. Now we have the ability to make copper ingots. And with that, we have the ability to make wire. I'm going to make all this into ingots for the time being. My lady watched me do this, playing around in this world for a while, and said, "That's as boring as dirt." I don't understand how you can find that enjoyable. But if you do, you're welcome to come in and hang out anytime you like. Once I get myself at least a basic proper weapon, so I can defend myself more readily against warthogs and such, we can go out and find a nice, beautiful scenic spot to hang out on, and then we'll put together a little place called home. So, I've converted all of my copper into wire. I can now make some cable from that. Now let's see. I want to build a smelter. That just needs a little bit of wire. I also want, in the equipment shed, I wanted to make... Oh, I don't have the ability to do that yet. I need to do this milestone before I get the next level. Okay, but we have the wire. That part's done, so we just need 20 plates and 20 rods. Easy, easy, easy. It's pretty straightforward, but you can see that it consumes materials at different rates, so you're going to want to be aware of that moving forward. Once you begin to automate things, then balancing the speed of your factories so that they don't end up with logistics pinch points becomes an important exercise. And let's just make a few of those, and we are good to upgrade again.
Congratulations, you have unlocked Scanner Feature Limestone. New buildings and recipes, which can be found in the Build menu and Craft bench respectively. 8th objective, complete hub upgrade 4. Note, use power poles to expand the power network for optimal results.
We haven't even done anything with the power yet. Just moving along too quickly. But I don't need to scan for limestone because I have limestone right here. It's not a pure source. You can see it gives you an appraisal of the site. And the more pure the resource node is, the more rapidly it produces that resource. But certainly in the beginning, there's more than enough limestone there to deal with my minimal needs. So the inside of my little space got a little nicer. So there's that. At least I have a bed. I can't actually get into it, but I have one. And I have a toilet. You gotta have a toilet. So, let's go ahead and set up a smelter. We'll just put this right off the back here for the time being. We have a constructor as well. But yes, simple smelter. We need 5 iron rods for that. So that's a quickie. Take that smelter. And we're going to hook it up. Oh, I need cables. I knew I needed cables for something. Smack out a handful of those. And now I can hook up my power line from my power source to the machine. I can then go in and say, all right, I want this machine to make ingots. And to do that, I'm going to feed it a pile. And then I'm going to throw some wood. We'll start generating electricity by grinding that up and burning it. And voila! We have automation. Of course, it doesn't go anywhere at the moment. What else can we build at the moment? Well, that's about the size of it. We need to get our next milestone before we do anything else. That's going to require some concrete, cables, and some iron plates. Well, no problem. We can also, by building a constructor, we need 2 reinforced iron plates for that. Well, that's a little trickier. Reinforced iron plates require iron plates and screws. Screws are made by chopping up iron rods. So we need 12 screws, so we're going to need some more rods. We're going to need some more ingots. But we don't actually have to wait. We can now get the machine to hand us what we need. So, back in here, make a few iron rods, chop a few of those up into screws, and some iron plates. Now, do you remember how many iron plates I needed for the constructor? Because I don't. 2. Well, we have enough to do 2, don't we? There we go. We now have materials necessary to build a constructor. Now, since I'm being primitive about all this, I can just plop this down like that. Run a power line back to the... Oh, yes. I can only build one thing. I need a concrete. I've got a few limestone already, so let's grab that out of the box. Oh, I didn't store that. So yes, concrete. There's so we get all the bells ready. I can only make one connection to this. So I need to make a power pole, which can then handle multiple connections. Handle 4. So then I can go from there to here, and then another connection to my new constructor. New constructor, we're going to say we want you making iron plates. We're going to give you, now we could take these and do them manually, but do we have the ability to do any kind of, we do not have conveyor belts yet. Okay, well, when we do, let's see where they need to go. For the time being, let's just grab that, fill you back up, and say you now, I want you to make iron plates. So you can go off and do that. waiting. You can run over here. Empty this out. It's a whole lot more running around until you actually get advanced enough to be able to automate things. You know what? Our friend up the hill should have all the copper it can handle at the moment. Why sit here chunking away at that by hand? When we can. Nope. There you go. And I suppose pretty quickly we should probably pick up our created supplies. Like so. Probably make another portable miner so I have something working up there making more copper ore for me. Let's make those. And now I can go and put that one back. Fortunate that we have this little ramp up here. It was a long time before I discovered that that was there. Okay, so that'll be doing its thing there for a while. Nope. Ow. Missed the ramp. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Okay, so what do we need? We just need a few more iron plates, if I recall correctly, for our 4th hub upgrade. We need, select this, throw in the necessary plates, the concrete, and we just need a little more cable. And we're good.
Congratulations, you have unlocked building, conveyor belts and poles. Inventory, additional slots.
Hooray!
9th objective, complete hub upgrade 5. Note, portable miners cannot be connected to conveyor belts. Advice, when planning the construction of buildings, note the placement of conveyor belts.
Oh yeah. If you're the kind of person that gets OCD over the placement of things, this is a game that will give you an opportunity to explore all of those feelings. Because now we have the ability to create your basic conveyor belts. It does require a little bit more way of stuff. Actually, just take that and run run that to there, and suddenly the ingots created by the smelter automatically feed into the constructor to be turned into plates. You can build as many of those as you have resources for, until you cover the whole planet's surface if you want. So yeah, that's available as an option. So we have constructor, power poles, conveyor poles. When you're running short distances just between two machines like I did, you don't need to have any ground supports that just connects between, but the poles allow you to make longer runs. Okay, we're doing pretty good on fuel. As I said, the wood is a better fuel source than the leaves, so it'll go longer. But still, whee! More cable, more concrete, 75 iron rods. We should have plenty of limestone waiting for us over here. Get that started. And yeah, you could create constructors to make the concrete, and at some point you'll be needing enough concrete that you'll want to do that sort of thing. But at the moment, we have everything we need. To get on with this particular hub upgrade. And although I'm holding this mouse button down in order to craft, the spacebar also works. So if I have a large number of resources, I can just set a heavy screwdriver that I have sitting here on my desk, set it on the spacebar, and lean back and watch it as the numbers change. It's very soothing. Again, boring as dirt if it's not your thing. But it seems that it is my thing. Isn't that strange? Oh. Now, of course, if you've been paying attention, you'll notice that all of my iron is being smelted into ingots, but then it's all going into plates. And my current milestone requires iron rods. So in order to properly do that, you would need to have either multiple smelters, each with their own conveyor belt, going to a constructor, one that makes plates and one that makes rods, or there are, a little further down the road, splitters, so that you can tap into a conveyor belt and pull off resources and divide them up. The longer you spend at it, the more you begin to think, oh, well, I just need this one other thing that I need to do. And suddenly the hours have flown, and where did all the time go? Does that? Say true, it does. But since I'm just sitting here relaxing while I'm doing this, talking to myself, or talking to you if anybody's actually watching this, then I can just make a few extra ingots by hand here and crank out these iron rods for the hub upgrade. Because that's what the game basically is. As the upgrades become more elaborate, you have to research and become proficient at working with more and more complex technologies, combining more and more components in order to build the necessary pieces for what your employer wants you to do next. But that's enough for now for me to be able to fulfill this particular upgrade's requirements. Ta-da!
Congratulations, you have unlocked Building Miner Mark 1. Building Storage Container. Hub feature Additional Biomass Burner. 10th objective, complete hub upgrade 6. Note, there are no notes.
Well, that's helpful. So yes, now I have 2 biomass burners, because one only produces a capacity of 20 megawatts. My machines have gone quiet because all of the ore that I had put into it was turned into ingots, which was turned into plates, and that's all done now. So there's a nominal consumption, and the fuel burning rate does slow down with these to match need, which is useful. It means that I don't have to go to the trouble of yanking the fuel out when I'm not actually doing anything. So now I just got the ability to build a Miner Mark 1. So I just need some concrete for that, and we can put that together. That should be pretty easy. If I simply come out here, grab all and pick up my miner, retreat to a safe distance. I'm still watching you, buddy. I can now build a machine that will not only do its digging on its own, but it can be hooked up to a conveyor, and you begin to see where this is going. Now, of course, if I want to move things around, I can do that. And the nice part is you can reclaim resources from any of these things that you've built without any loss. You don't take a cut in what is retrieved each time you bring the thing back, which is good. So if I decide, for example, that I want to run my output directly into the smelter, then I simply want to line these things up, a feat which is generally easier to do when you can see what you're doing. Yeah? Yeah. Okay, I shouldn't have done it this way. I was up top here. It was a better place. So you get a little green assist line to show you what you're trying to accomplish. Line it up. The orange is the input, the green is the output. And so now the smelter is perfectly aligned to be able to feed directly from one to the other. And we just need to power the whole mess. Oh yes, the power pole has a Christmas wreath on it. It's a vestige of a Christmas event thing that was done. Now, question is, what are the power requirements? Well, 5 megawatts, that's not too bad. So, this little key plate, when you unlock that, you can get in there and overclock the equipment. For the time being, we just want to hook power up to you, and hook power up to you. Now, the only other thing to do, let's see, we want to build a storage container. We need 10 iron rods for that. No problem. So now, build that storage container. Now you can see this has to be set with a recipe. This has been building stuff up in it, so that's going to begin to pour in here. And as this produces the ingots, they go straight into my storage container. So this, as long as there is fuel in the biomass burner, which we're doing fine with at the moment, it will just sit here and chug away, making iron ingots. And then I can conveniently grab them here, and I can either manually move them into constructors for plates and rods, or other things as they come along. So that is the world of Satisfactory. A very relaxing thing to do. I enjoy it quite a bit. And if you have come along on this journey, well then I hope you enjoyed it too. If you liked it, let me know. And while I'm sitting here in this world, doing other things, since I won't need to explain everything all the time, we can talk about other things if you like. Let me know if there's something in particular you'd like to hear me drone on about. Otherwise, thanks for stopping by. Thank you, and drive through.